Hi guys, this is my another video, and this video I'm going to show how to create a scene in this scene. The scene I have done some displacement. This I got from dem file, digital elevation model, and from that digital elevation model we can convert into displacement, and then I imported into Maya and made a displacement. And obviously I have a water surface, and I created some mixed textures. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. Before doing this, I'm going to show how to mix the textures in a different ways. I'll show you. If you want to mix textures, at least you need to have two textures. One is going to be background or foreground, and even you can mix like layers, multiple textures. But to mix at least two textures, we need to have a medium, something we can use a matte or a mask, like that. And otherwise in my hypershade we have got we can mix by ramp, and we can use a crater, we can use a stucco, and even you can use blend colors, because blend colors is having a two color, and here you can connect the textures and you can connect the mask over the blender. But these are having a specific pattern, their own pattern. Means stucco is having something like this kind of pattern. But suppose if you want to make specifically your own custom mask, you have to create you want to create your own pattern, you have to create a mask. That I'll show you. I have another thing I want to show you. So I'll open that, and I'm gonna open that thing. It's a very simple thing, just I want to show you how I'm going to mix these textures. That's it, nothing else. It's not a big project. And here, if you notice this, I have some ground texture mixed, and some grass, and the road texture. You can see the blend. Okay, so I'll show you how to create this texture. First I'm going to reset the scene. I'm going to create a NURBS plane, that's scaled up slightly, and if you want to scale, you can scale in the y-axis also. So I'm going to leave this. And I'm going to change the patches to 10. Okay, 6 on the keyboard, and go to hypershade. I'm going to create a Lambert material. Lambert. Okay, so first in the center I'm going to create a road, and both sides I'm going to create a land surface and a grass with mixed. Okay, first for road I'm going to create a file texture. I'm going to open this file texture. I have got already a road texture. So I'm going to open this, and middle click and drag and connect as color. Assign this material to that. So first I need to rotate. So open the 2D placement. I'm going to rotate this plane. Rotate frame. And the road should be very small, this much, only this much. I don't want full cover. So open the 2D placement. I'm going to increase the repeat not this one. Okay, I'm going to increase this repeat 5. So okay, this much is enough. I'm going to increase repeat U and B. Now you can see I got that row, and here and here I need the ground sand, something like that. And okay, next I'm going to mix ground on sand. So I'm going to use a different technique. I'm going to create a ramp. So ramp is having a 3 channel, you see, 3 color entry list. So each and every color entry list you can connect the textures. In that way we can mix. Suppose I'm going to create a 3 file texture. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'll enlarge this work area. Yeah, I need one more. Alright. Now that also I have a texture for ground. I'm gonna open this. If you are not able to see this preview, just click on this texture sample. You can able to see, because it's 2K map. Ground, I'll open that, and more, and one more glass. So open this ramp. For the red color I'm going to connect this grass. So select that red color entry list and just middle click and drop into the selected color. Now we can able to see the texture, and select the green. I'm going to connect this bright color texture, especially you see the bright color, and for the blue, dark color. So you can see the variation. And I'm going to increase repeats for all. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this to place 2D, and I'm going to share this 2D placement to this. Just middle click and drag and enable default. So we don't want to adjust for all 2D placements. So I'm going to enable mirror, and I want to see how this looks. Just break the connection, the road. I'm going to take this ramp and connect into color. Now you see the texture is mixed, something like this. I think I can reduce this 5. That's fine. Now if I open the ramp, I don't want to mix this texture in a linear way, and I need some random pattern, but ramp doesn't have any random pattern. It has got some specific types, but I don't want this kind of mixing. I'm going to leave this VRAM. I want to randomize this mixing. So how to do that? I'm going to create a fractal. Fractal is having a random white and black, luminance value. So, and you take a look at this. This looks very small and tiny. So simply select this 2D placement and increase the coverage. So now you can see the areas getting bigger. Yeah, this is what I want. Then so this is a ramp. I need to change this pattern, right? So middle click this fractal and drag into the ramp, go to other. So it will open up the connection editor, and you can pick alpha, means it's going to get the luminance information from the fractal, and I'm going to connect U and V coordinate, sorry, and you can see we get randomly mixed. Alright, but I need more greenish and less ground sand surface. So how can I do that? You just open the ramp. You can drag this color entry list to 2, and you can drop down and take this green. This is a green, opposite side. I can increase by doing this. I can make interpolation to smooth, so we'll get a very smooth mixing. If you are not able to see this, you can open this Lambert shader and go to hardware texturing, open up that and change the texture channel, combine textures, and the texture resolution, make it highest, so you can see some pretty decent. And we have a lots of control, we can reduce this bright one by click and drag it down, up. Increase this one. I want to increase the dark color, so just click and move up. It's been slow. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, that's fine. I want to reduce this coverage because it's very big. I want to make this scene as huge. That's okay, fine. Still I need to have more grass. Okay, fine. Just want to do render and see how it looks. So still we have to create bump and diffuse map, and I need to control the brightness and contrast. It's pretty decent. Okay, now I'm going to create a bump map. So I'm going to rearrange this. It looks messy. Okay. And if you directly connect, double click and drag bump, you will not get that whole detail. Okay, I'm going to render this. Reduce. Okay, fine. Render. Okay, what I'm getting. So we have all color information. It's taking color information from color information to luminance. Now this. So I'm going to create a luminance node, and I'm going to create a luminance. Go down to color utilities, and okay. So I'm going to create utilities. So I can see only utilities, and I'm gonna create this luminance. You can type if you want to search. Okay, and convert this into value, connect into value, and create a bump map. Reduce this to 0.05. I don't want too much. I will reduce this to default because it's very slow. I'm going to render again. That looks pretty decent. This texture is having lots of bright value, so it looks coming very bumpy. Okay, now we are getting this everywhere. We're getting a bump, and we have only the control bump 2D. But the problem is some areas I don't need more bump, some area I want very less, so I have to control the bump. So what we can do is, I'm going to create a ramp again. That's in 2D ramp. I'm going to make this ramp only 2 channel, The bottom I'm going to make black color, maybe a little bit dark. Okay, and this thing I'm going to make white. I don't want this too dark. I'm going to make a little bit dark. Okay, now we are getting a linear pattern. I want to get this same pattern for this ramp, so simply take this luminance node, just middle click and drop into the ramp, go to other, same thing, take out value from the luminance node and connect into UV coordinate, and we have to connect into bump. I'm going to reduce this 0.01. I want too much, so this time I'm going to make a IPR render. Reduce this IPR render so that I can see the update. If I adjust the ramp, this will update the what's happening on. I can see not getting too much bumpy in this area, so I'm going to pick the region and open the ramp, double click. Now you see I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to make more dark. You see, you're getting a bumpy on that, and if I increase this and if I reduce this one, you see that getting more bump on this thing. Okay, this I will increase and you can see the update. You see that? Okay, now we're not getting any bump on this area. If I move this up, you get a nice blend instead of getting a sharp bump. And this thing, if I move this, the bump will be reduced, only the area you're getting a bump. Okay, so it's up to you what kind of bump you want. You can choose it. I think it's fine, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to reduce the bump value 0.01. That's fine for me. And 0.2. So because I'm going to place the camera very near to the ground, so it should not look noisy. Even you can add more channel. You know, you can enable or create one another color entry list. Okay, I think it's fine. This thing I want to make it dark. Okay, fine. Now we got bump map. Now see, I will rearrange the graph. Okay, next I want to make diffuse, which means I want to make dark area should be very dark and bright color should be looks more bright. So same technique I'm going to use. I'm going to create a ramp again and open this ramp. Just I want to close that. I don't want to make too complicated. I want to have only 2 channels, and this thing I'm going to make white. And for this I'm going to create one more luminance. I don't want to use this existing one, I want to use a new one. A luminance, and take that ramp, middle click and wrap the value, middle click and unwrap it, and go to other, out value, UV coordinate. Okay, then this ramp I'm going to connect into diffuse over there. Immediately I'll make a little bit dark. This you can see the update. You see the update, it looks more contrast, and I don't want to make too dark. you choose. If you want to make everything dark, you can increase the black level. Getting the mix. Okay, so I don't want too dark to make. In that middle you can add one more, and you can choose I'll use the dark black. You see that the middle area? So like that you can add infinite color entry list. You can choose a dark and bright colors. Okay, that's fine. Reduce, increase. Okay, so now we got the ground texture with mixed. I'm going to rearrange this. Okay, and I'm going to close this. Okay, now we got the road and we got the ground texture. Next we need this thing, mask. Now I'm going to create a mask. So I'm going to create a ramp, 2D ramp. Okay, and I'll show you what we are going to do. Just middle click this road and connect into the color of this. So now what I need is, I want to show only this thing. This area should be this texture. This area should be this. So I need to create a black and white mask in ramp. So I'm going to open this ramp. So I'm going to make, double click on this ramp. So this side I'm going to make black, pure black. This one black. The center one I'm going to make white, and I'm going to create one more, and this also should be pure white. And to see the preview, first I'm going to enable wireframe on shader, so that you can see exactly. And this area, up to this I need to make white color, and this area I want to make a black color. So to see the preview, you can take this ramp itself and connect into the color, this material. Now you can see this. See, I want to make up to inside this area I want to make white. So I'm going to push this down, move like that, and just move in. That's okay, fine. A little bit, yeah. Then I don't want to make sharp straight corners like this. I want to make a little bit of random. So first I'm going to give little bit of noise, slightly, not much, and give a nice frequency, so you'll get the random look. Okay, we got the mask. Next we have to mix this road and this color, this ground color. I have to mix using the mask. So go to utilities and create a blend colors. So I can mix two texture using this blend colors. First take this road and middle click and wrap into the color, and take this ramp, middle click and wrap into color 2, and take this matte and connect into blender. It's going to give the pattern how it has to mix. And finally that blend we need to connect into color. That's it. Got. I'm going to render this and see how this looks. I see this. We are getting bumpy look on the road from the ground texture. So I don't want, I want to ignore this. Okay, how can I do that? This things, I'm going to take this luminance this luminance node. I don't want to take it from here. This is everything combined. Blend is combined. Okay, so that combined texture I'm going to take it as a luminance and then connect into this ramp so that we get the bump. Okay, so from this connection I'm going to delete this connection from the ramp, but I'm going to get the output from blend and I'm going to connect into value. So this is going from, I'll show you the whole bump network, ramp, bump 2Ds connected to this, and same thing I have to do for this thing, diffuse. Okay, take this blend, middle click and drag into luminance and connect as value. That's it. Now we'll see how this looks. That looks fine. Yeah, that's what I want. Then for just a preview I need to put a light inside, directional light. So I want to show daylight. Sorry, I have to rotate and double click to view some shadow. We should have, but I don't want shadow. Nothing is there inside. So anyway, we'll enable the shadow. Okay, then I'm going to put faking skylight, ambient light. You can position wherever you like. I'm going to give some color. Sky color, and I'm going to reduce this, more saturated. And for this, just go to surfaces and edit knobs, sculpt geometry tool, option box. Just do some random sculpt. Except that area. That's it. Now just do a render and see. So we need to make a background that's different, but it's the whole idea. You know, we can mix the texture using mask. Fine. This same technique I'm going to use for our project. Okay, we'll see that. So create a new scene and enable that. Okay, create a NURBS plane and scale it up somewhat like that, and increase the number of patches. I'm going to give 25. Okay, press X on the keyboard, go to hypershade, alright, create a Lambert material, Lambert, and create a file texture, and I have a displacement map. Yeah, this one. It's got some lot of height information. It's a 16-bit TIFF file, and this I'm going to connect into displacement, and open this displacement map, go to color balance and increase the alpha gain. You know, I can give 4 and assign this material to that plane. Now if I want to render normally, this will take very long time now because we have 25 patches and this will take very long time. Instead of directly rendering this, we can render the mental ray render, and you can go to rendering editor, mental ray approximation editor. I can create this displacement. I can go edit. If you want, you can edit it, the values here, and I'm going to select that plane, go to desolation, in a shape node, desolation, desolation, and enable advanced desolation. Advanced desolation, it will reduce the amount of time to render. And here see this primary desolation attribute, secondary, and open up the advanced. So go to primary, you can adjust, okay, by default 3, okay, that will be fine. Now if I do a render, this render will be very fast comparing to normal render. Okay, now you can see the displacement. Nice. This is taking 18 seconds. Okay, now if I want to place a camera, that's very difficult. You know, cannot animate the camera, that will be a big problem. Okay, you can use height fill, but still this will take very long time to render. Instead of that, I'm going to convert this into polygon directly. Go to modify, displacement to polygon. This will take some time to convert. Okay, fine. Gather displacement. You can see I'm going to deselect this. Yeah, still it looks very small. I have to select that and need to scale in a y-axis approximately. Oh, that's fine. And I don't need this plane, just delete and keep this geometry on the grid. Yeah, that's okay. Now I'm going to render this. Render. Yeah, this is very fast. You see that? Half the time, 9 seconds. Okay, that's what I want. You can see some noisy look, but that will not be visible in render. I'm going to create some texture. I'm going to put some mixed textures like that previous video. Same technique. So first create a lampet material, because this here doesn't have any specularity. Apply that material and go to 2D texture and create a ramp. Connect, this is color, and I'm going to mix 3 textures, so I have to create 3 file texture. Okay, just like this. Keep that. I have already textures, so I'm going to browse that. I got a grass, and I have this rock, and this thing. We'll mix. Open this ramp, put the grass, select the middle one, and I'm going to put this, select that, just middle click and wrap it. But we don't want this linear mix. I need to make a random mix, so create a fractal texture. I just want to move here and open the place 2D. I'm going to set the coverage to 4 and middle click and drop into the ramp. Go to other, sorry, have to take out alpha. Connect UV coordinate. Now we got them mixed. Okay, now I have to increase the number of tiling for these all textures. This I will make 7, and this I will make 6. This I will make 10, and I will enable this. Have to avoid the seam. Next, I am going to create a bump map. So use luminance node, go to utilities, go to luminance and keep it here. Take this ramp, middle click and wrap into that and connect this to the bump. So I need to reduce it 0.05. I want too much. So now let's do a render and see. Okay. Yeah, fine. Then I have to create a sky dome and light. Okay, for a sky dome, as usual, I create a nav sphere. Escape that. Right click, select the isoform and go to surfaces, edit knobs, detach. So I can delete the bottom one and I can select the plane, go to shape node, open the render state, switch up cast and receive shadows, double side opposite so I can see inside. Okay, now for this right click, assign a new material, going to be a surface shader, and out color, click out color, and I'm going to pick a file texture and browse. I will use that one. Yes, now this is looking blurred. I have to just click this output button. You can get that surface shader and good hardware texturing. So enable out color. Now it looks clear, but it's not properly aligned. So go through this, just click this, go to place 2D. I have to rotate 90 degree. So now I can see that. This one I can move down. So okay, the sun is going that direction. I don't want this texture actually. It's a sunset. I have another file texture. Oh, that one, yeah, that's one. Okay, that's clear sky guard. Okay, now it doesn't have depth inside the scene. Look at this, it looks very flat. So first select the camera. I'm going to increase the angle of view, so I'm going to make 75, so you can see the depth in the scene. Then I'm going to add some fog inside. So go to render settings. Right now we are in mental ray, it doesn't have any fog, so I'm going to change this into Maya software render and go to Maya software make production and go to render option, environment fog, just click and enable physical fog. I'm going to set atmospheric I used to use, and open the fog color. So we need to have a saturator. Less. Okay, fine, bright. Now let's see how this looks. Have to reduce the intensity. Yeah. Now if I render, the whole scene looks very dark, getting some fog, but it looks very dark. So we have to put some light inside, then it looks nice. Okay, fine. So this is a daylight. I'm going to put create a directional light. Move this up and rotate. So for the huge scene, I used to keep the light very flat, that will give the nice look. So for sunlight, a little bit temperature I have to give, and more intensity. I'm going to make 2, and shadow I'm going to give red ray shadow. Anyway, I'm going to render with mental ray later, so I can keep this red ray shadow. Now you can see the shadow, and we got some nice fog. Now we can able to see the depth in the scene. Okay, still the other sides are looking very dark, so we have to give some skylight to show the cold temperature. So create light, ambient light. I'm going to give a nice saturated blue, bright, yeah, and reduce that intensity, not too much. You can see the skylight is coming out. Next, I'm going to add some water. Okay, keep this image. Create a knobs plane and scale that and move slightly. Yeah, as usual, I will assign ocean shader. Then in that ocean, make 0.08, 0.3. I reduce the wave height 0.01. I'm going to open material attribute. I'm not going to change the color, but I'm going to increase the transparent slightly, and 1.33, and specular shading. Close this all. I'm going to make black. That's fine. And very important, go to ray trace option, enable refraction. We need to have a refraction, and make sure ray tracing quality is enabled. I'm going to use mental ray, so by default ray tracing will be there. Open quality. That quality, make reduction. And that's it. Now we'll do a render. Mental ray render. This is better than before. We have too much of transparency. Okay, have to reduce the transparency. That okay, select that, go to ocean shader, reduce transparency. I'm going to keep the camera. Fog you can give in a post process. Fog I have to adjust. Go to hypershade, open fog material, environment fog. I will reduce maximum height. Okay, change the color. Have to reduce opacity and increase maximum height, reduce opacity 0.5. So I have to reduce the density. I'm going to change the light direction. Next, I'm going to create birds flying using particle sprite, so that I can show the depth, scale, scene scaling. Okay, looks too flat. Yeah, now I'm getting a little bit detail over there. Okay, I'm going to select this. And this also I have to move a little bit up. Because the fog will start from the grid itself. Okay, I have to move this down. Exactly, we have to keep on the grid. Okay, now next I'm going to create particle sprites. For that bird flying animation, I have downloaded some GIF files. That GIF file I converted into sequence. Okay, so create a plane, small plane, and rotate that like 90 degree. I'm going to store the camera view, so select the camera, press S on the keyboard, set key. If you move and if I rewind, you get that same view. Okay, that's what I'm doing. And press F, frame selector. From this plane I'm going to emit particle, so something 5 birds or 6. Keep that and go to dynamics menu, go to particles, emit from object, option box, make it surface. So the particles will come from the surface. I'll increase the 300 and play that. The particles are coming from that plane, and I'm going to change that particle type to sprite. What you'll say, go to sprites. This is click render type. You see getting some problem, so enable the depth chart, and I'm going to reduce this scale X and Y. I need to make it a very small one. Next, I don't want this much. What I'm going to do, go to emitter, first frame I will set 5, key selected, I will go up to 50, key selected, and 51, I'm going to make 0 and set key. Now you see, get some dots. Right click, go to emitter rate. Okay, I didn't set the key actually. Go to 51, go to emitter, that emitter, make it 0, right click, set key. I have to set the key. Now if I rewind play, get some few birds, and after that stop. That's what I want. And I can play this once. Okay, I can hide that plane, control H. I don't want to see that. F on the keyboard, frame selected. Now I'm going to create an emitter texture. Go to particle, select this particle, go to particle, sprite wizard, and sprite file, go browse. Okay, go back. I think it's in, yeah, source images, you can see that. So it should be name.padding.tga, and again should start from 1. That's very, very important. It open and you can see automatically it detects how many frames it has got, and continue. I need a cycle, so cycle through the images for each particles, continue. You want to set into random, you need to start randomly, continue, and cycle once during lifespan. I'm going to have 300 of frames of animation, so I keep 300. Okay, fine, continue and apply. Now see that I have alpha channel on that, you can see that. I'm going to play this and see how it looks. Alright, and the problem is, while create this, we have to adjust the particle shape. We have to adjust the lifespan. So go to lifespan, it's set into constant. You cannot set life forever, so we have to give some lifespan. So I give 300 and it's coming out the bats. Okay, it looks nice, and the thing is, it's coming from the plane, so I have to move this back. that behind the, it's coming behind the terrain. Okay, that is looking fine. Next, I'm going to animate the camera. Go to render settings, go to common. I'm going to set HD 720, close that, and go to view, camera setting, enable resolution gate so that I can see. Okay, rewind the first frame, select the camera, set key, press S on the keyboard, you'll get the 10 keys, and go to 300th frame. I'm going to move inside, something like fly through. Okay, up to the, press S on the keyboard again. Now you see that the animation is going through the surface, but I don't want that. I need to have one more animation. Okay, so at the frame of going inside, maybe 140. I'm going to use a, go to view, camera tool, I'll use this roll. Roll will rotate the camera like that, and select the camera, set key. So what will happen, I have to move a little bit this side. Set key, select the camera, set key. Now you can see that it goes like that. Okay, fine, you can go. Okay, the bats are going very fast, so select the particle, go to emitter. I'm going to reduce the speed. Okay, see that? Yes, it's very less, slow, very slow. Increase that speed 7. Yeah, okay, now let's do a render with the high quality. You can type different type of render passes, and you can composite, but in this scene my texture is not correct. I have to reduce the bump on the looks. Texture is not correct. Go to hyperseed, rearrange everything, press A on the keyboard. That's okay. I will delete this one. Let's goes to this one. So concept, you can place camera in a different position and check out the quality. This wave size needs to be correct. Now it's very big. I have to reduce, and again see the whole scene.